And also thanks to our moderator, Violet Lotus. Hi, everybody.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee. And we have the Open Door Edition.
Yeah, we have an open door policy.
We have our screen open, so you might hear bird sounds. Hopefully you won't hear Motorcycle Man, but it might happen.
Oh, I thought it was Biker Boy.
Biker Boy? Okay.
Motorcycle Man, okay, the evolved version.
Yeah.
Somebody else in the neighborhood over that way.
I don't know.
No, Sonny.
Well, it's the way you have that set up, Mr. Oh, hey, Sonny, get back there. I gave him more room, but you give Sonny an inch, and what'll he do?
Hello to everyone. I see everybody is here again. It's nice to see you all.
Oh, let's see. And we even have an extra subscriber, which is awesome news. Mm-hmm. Although I shouldn't even jinx us by saying that, because it'll disappear tomorrow, I'm afraid.
We didn't have happy hour yesterday because we were at a live event, and of course, it was quite interesting and it was fun for us.
I am not seeing the show.
That's not it?
Nope, it was not.
It looked like the thumbnail.
Okay, which one? This one. Oh, now it's there. It wasn't there.
Well, it was the same
I had
thumbnail.
a video there, a different one. Okay.
Who knows?
All right.
I think I have a smudge on my glass. I have to go wipe it
I
off.
have lots of smudges. I don't think I cleaned them since yesterday. So yes, we were doing a live show, next show, but event and
holistic and psychic fair
at our good friend's store, Arts and Crafts, which is in Heartland, Michigan.
Hartford.
Hartford. Do I keep saying Heartland?
Also, it's Arts and Craft.
Craft, yes, not crafts like knitting and crocheting, etc. And arts is ARTES, so not your typical arts.
Old English antique put on. No, they're good friends of ours.
They're very sweet people, and we love them dearly. It was amazing. There's no overhead. We just got to come and read. And we made some money, and we met some nice people, made some contacts, which is really the most important part. It was fun. It was a load of fun. So we really enjoyed that. Hey, everybody. Hi, Apple and Eve. Good to see you.
So
I'm going to get the list written as I'm Violet's backup.
Well, then does that mean I get to do the oracle so we can kind of...
Hey, you want to... Yeah, you can do this great Eastern
Let's
oracle.
keep our momentum going. We are a little bit phased for our activities yesterday. A little tired. It was a lot of driving. It was about 4 hours for me and a couple for her.
Yeah, well, it was... Yeah, so it's 3 hours each way. So it was a haul. It was a bit of a haul. But it's worth it. It was beautiful driving. We saw an eagle on the way. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, the birds were really awesome. I think we saw a crow, too. We thought it might be a crow.
We saw a hawk or falcon. We saw... I saw turkeys. I'm positive they were wild turkeys on the ground. They were in the distance, but I saw them. Why did I grab this oracle?
I don't know, but it must be that I will use it.
No, but you're going to read it.
Okay.
I'm shuffling. And then I'll do the list while Mr. O does the reading today. And I'll try to listen to him, too, so I can add my 2 cents.
I'll cut the mic.
All right, well, the Great Eastern Oracle will be back. Sorry, it's here if anybody wants it for a oracle reading today. All right, here you go.
So I can just pick
Shuffle and cut, and you can pick them up and... Take a card. I'll give you that. Look, here's the book.
Go ahead and do the list.
I'm doing the list.
Even though Violet has it for us.
Well, she does, but it's good to have a backup.
Hi, Libra.
All right, let's see. Lena's here. Hi, Lena. Hi. Who else? Laura. Hey, Laura.
No, you're not, Blue. You're not late.
You are.
You're first.
Numero uno. So relax. We'll get to you in a minute. After Laura, I think is Lee.
Okay, you can be quiet now.
Okay.
For I have drawn the royal U from the oracle you supplied. It's number 16. So let's go ahead and read that. The royal you. Do you know what it means to express personal sovereignty in your life? It's about how you hold to your inner sense of worth and integrity, securing your belief that you have a unique purpose. It's about feeling comfortable in your own skin, knowing who you are, and that nothing outside you can challenge your authentic self. The hard-won seat of awareness that you have learned.
Oh, you're giving it to me now.
I can tell you were aching for it.
I was just looking at the card.
Please.
You are the ruler of your mind. And you're being invited now to consider what discipline you need to apply to your thoughts. Are they consistent with the values and beauty you intend for your life? It is important now for you to focus on what is right and good for you as well as others. Challenges in your life at this time, no matter how large or small, must be met with a measured response. If life sends you a challenge, can you speak up and set your boundaries with grace and surety? Calm, intelligent leadership is called for now. Sovereigns know when, when to plan their battles, so stay out of unnecessary skirmishes and strategically wield your personal power. Now is the time to lead from the heart, from your authenticity and integrity. Hold your head high and know your worth. That is the marking of a true sovereign. And also the marking of a true sovereign is recognizing it's not all about surface appearances and glitz and power. It's about how you wield that power because, hey, you know, some queens and people that wielded authority in the past had their heads lobbed off. So, be careful how you wield power, but you know what? Recognize the sovereignty in you.
And like the old saying goes, you are God or you are goddess, or maybe you're both.
Yep. All right. All right. You are not late, Blue. Let's roll with Blue's reading. Let's go through what cards do you have, Mr.
Okay, so I have the Tarot of the Northern Shadows. That's the Queen of Swords. Whoops. Then I have the Secret Tarot, the Two of Pentacles. And then my Nefertari Tarot, and that's the Five of Pentacles. And you?
And me, well, one of the decks I'm reusing again is the Tarot of the Cat People. There's the Royal Queen of Pentacles in that deck. It's a beautiful deck, and Mr. O has a copy. My son just bought me one for my birthday. He knows I like that deck. Okay, and then I'm using the Stoller Tarot one more time. This is the, what is it, the 8 of balloons, 7 of balloons?
7 of balloons.
7 of Pentacles in this whimsical, funny deck.
Ooh, pretty and shiny.
It is, it is. And then I've moved back to Ciro Marchetti's Tarot Grand Lux, which is beautiful in its own way. And here we have...
the 7 of Coins.
The 7 of Coins in that deck.
Beautiful deck, yes.
And finally...
oh, that was the other card you drew from the other one.
Oh, yeah.
The 7 of Pentacles.
Well, let's see if it comes up again. No, we have the Ace of Wands in the Pulp Tarot, a recent purchase of mine as well, a Kickstarter deck, which is done on all kinds of pulp fiction graphics from the earlier parts of last century. Okay.
And we're using our Lenormand tiles.
They were very popular at our event. People loved them, so that went over really well. All right.
Let's go. So Blue has asked...
in the next 2 months.
What the next 2 months hold.
Yours or mine?
We can do mine. So I'm going to use the Secret Tarot. I've been spiritually motioned to pick that one. Why don't you go jump on the
chair if you want to get down? You want to go down? Be careful. Sorry.
Sonny, your fans are expecting
you. Would think Carol was here or something.
You know, Kara's always thinking Sonny thoughts, so... Sonny, why don't you think some Kara thoughts? And if she's lurking, she'll show up.
I think Sonny's thinking bird thoughts because the bird's outside.
That could be. He's distracted a little bit. All right.
Well, so it was fun reading for people in person again, I have to say.
Yeah, it is fun. We're the kind of readers that we're pretty empathic, and so we do tend to make a connection personally with people. Everything was pretty safe. Of course, nobody was really wearing masks, but that's neither here nor there. It just was a nice, safe environment. We had our own private room for the readings. Other readers shared a larger room. It was really nice. We loved the connection that we made.
One more shuffle.
And we'll be doing this in about a month again, closer to home.
Less than about a month. You're right, it is.
Yeah, about a month.
It'll be outdoors. And it's a 2-day.
No, it's indoors.
Oh, is it? Oh, it's at
the Southfield.
That's at that same place. Okay,
Yeah.
that's even better. And but it's 2 days, so we'll be reading for 2 days there.
Right. Okay. So, Blue, the next 2 months, you have the Ten of Cups. It says, and then it says you have the Ten of Wands. How interesting, because they are.
Speaking of doubles coming.
They're
up there.
doubles, but they are a little bit different here.
But they're upright. Yeah, let's look at that.
And then finally,
Ten of
you have the
Wands.
Three of Wands upright. So I'm going to just move them like that.
So the next 2 months, Blue, Ten of Wands, Ten of Cups, is how to release. God, this sounds almost like deja vu. Like I just read something like this yesterday with the Ten of Wands. But I think it was a little bit different. How you release burdens and stress and things that are really weighing you down in order to find true joy again. You're going to be really looking now at what you need to do to set things right moving forward. This person is forward thinking, forward moving, and this is saying to you, it's time to work on what it is that's causing burdens or feelings of stress in your life and bring the joy and harmony back. Perhaps it's in your interpersonal life, because this is the Ten of Cups and it can relate to family, marriage, or partnerships. Or perhaps this is just bringing joy into, your work again, as opposed to feeling oppressed and burdened by what you do.
Well, wands also cover the arena of friendships to some degree, enterprise, networking, communication to some degree. So to me, I sort of feel like saying the die is cast. Like you are more or less committed to watching this thing happen. That's what the guy's doing. He knows that he's waiting for these 2 little ships to come in or closer. That's what he's waiting for. The idea, I think, is that yes, it's about releasing burdens or trying to find ways to overcome them to find the joy. But I'm wondering maybe if there's a connection between what are the burdens and what is the joy. Like maybe there's something painful there that has to be addressed in some way. And of course, maybe that's what this is all about.
I like that.
Ask the Lenormand.
You read first, so
Yeah.
you're
So, of course, as you know,
your
we
deck.
supply additional cards from the Lenormand deck, represented here in tile form.
Ooh. All right. There we go. Oh.
And I have drawn the gift.
Well, look at that. So
and she drew the crossroads.
This is so interesting. That is not the gift.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's the child. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
It's a sippy cup, like a child would drink from. I know it's
Not
a
a
little
gift.
bit obtuse in this deck, so I understand why you'd make that.
I thought it was the bouquet for
I
a
know.
minute. I guess the failing eyes bit too. Okay.
Well, in a way, if you don't look carefully at the building blocks and stuff there, I thought maybe it was a tea party or something. So
I don't know.
anyway, the case may be you have the crossroads and you have the child. And so basically this means that, at this time of a crossroads where you're trying to sort out what your next moves are to make your life more fulfilling and happy and harmonious and less stressful, take it one step at a time. Take it baby steps at a time. Don't feel pressure. And hey, this reading is for the next 2 months, so take your time to decide what your next moves need to be.
The overall idea is that although, like I said, the die is cast, this is something that is maybe a little bit of a slow burn. And so this is also corroborated by the fact that we've pulled the child there, and that this idea is really choosing. So
that similar, flying with that, the 3 in a way.
I agree, but I'm also applying it towards the 2 10s in a way too,
yeah.
because it does represent to some degree either the choices or the factors that you're considering in this, bringing yourself to the happy point.
Right. So remember, this is saying right now that you are searching for something, direction, where you need to go next, what you need to do next, to fall in line with what we said there. And it's also telling you, go easy. Rome wasn't built in a day. Be like the child and learn in stages. Grow in stages. And that's what we have for you, Blue. Good luck with that.
And we have our little birthday present to Banshee from our friend Mama Teresa.
Oh, and what was cool
glowing away there on the stage.
And what was cool about the cauldron? Everybody thought that was cute. They really thought the cauldron was cute. We had it on our table. Oh, and I think we should turn it around, Mr.
Yeah, of course, Libra.
All right.
Thanks, Violet.
General reading for, okay, Libra, no problem.
All right. And let's see what comes up for Apple and Eve. So I guess that would be your deck.
Oh, yeah, it's Apple and Eve. All right,
Hey.
Let's see what comes up. You got it.
Ah.
Well, I'm going to use my Cat People Tarot.
Ooh.
I just like this deck. It's cats, but it's elegant.
Hi, Seven Oceans.
Elegant cats. Hey, Seven Oceans, we'll get you on the list. It's short right now. There's a few in front of you still, though. About 4, I think, or 5.
Meow.
Meow, indeed.
I was thinking, I haven't noticed your dog lately, the dog running around. I thought, maybe we should find a dog deck. We probably have one, right?
Oh, we have a
Several.
couple now.
Yeah.
I do have a couple. I'll bring out cats and dogs again. The dog days of summer are coming, and I always bring out the dog decks during the dog days.
Are we going to make an event out of that?
Yes. Well, I have, sort of.
Oh, dear.
Cats are coming back, though. As you can see, this deck is here. But I'll have my cat decks out next month as we celebrate our Cats Gotcha Month. It'll be 8 years ago since we got them at the event we got them at.
And over behind her right shoulder are the...
I can't reach them
the
because I have a neck
mascots.
issue right now.
One of those is going to be raffled as a prize
Yes, one of those,
to commemorate.
One of those dolls back there
kitty
will
event.
will be auctioned off and raffled off, and the drawing will be right around their Gotcha Day.
May 15th.
Yep, so stay tuned for more info on that on all of our social media channels, including this one.
All right, meow indeed. Let's see what comes up. Ooh, I don't think I'm... Too many fell there. I'm not going to do that. I'm not that kind of person. Too many fell out.
Okay. Well, first one's the Knight of Wands reversed. Uh-oh. As she looks at all the cards fearfully. Knight of Wands reversed. Then we have the Seven of Swords reversed. Maybe we should have thought of a question. Maybe maybe it would end up differently. And now we got the Three of Swords upright. Why am I having a deja vu here a little bit, Apple and Eve? Did we have a similar reading for you recently?
My wife here is 65. She just turned 65. And she is indeed a grandmother.
Ah. Yeah, I'm 65. 65 and still alive, seriously.
Are you robbing the cradle with the much younger me?
Oh, man. I see that gray. I see that gray.
I'll be 67 in the fall.
All right. So anyway, hey, let's look at Apple and Eve's reading here.
Sure.
So I'm looking at this and I'm seeing the Knight of Wands reversed. It looks as though to me, Apple, that something's not getting off the ground the maybe the way you wanted it to. That maybe something's going to need some retooling. There's a sluggish or slow start or delays, or maybe the idea is that you might want to reconsider where you're going with this.
Okay. I'm not exactly sure what I feel from the Knight of Wands. I often feel that it's about maybe brashness in networking, or maybe not really using your natural appeal correctly, or somehow just not coming across in certain respects to networking or enterprise. So it does corroborate a little bit with what Banshee's saying here. And the Seven of Swords maybe concerns because maybe it's indicating there's a situation here that you have no more clever way of resolving. You may have to resort to more practical means to some degree. Seven of Swords
yeah,
reversed.
the Seven of Swords reversed indicates that, right. There might be something that you have to rethink your. That's also in line with the Knight of Wands. I guess I kind of read those together, where I feel that you really need to rethink your strategy here. Whether, like he said, it's how you're communicating your message to others, or something needs to just be reconfigured. And he might be right in that it may not be something elaborate that you have to do, or something really out of the box. It may be something more practical that will get you the results that you're looking for in this case.
Yeah, I guess you help with that, because I wouldn't exactly have said it that way, but that sounds actually better than what I said.
And the last one is what again? Is that the two of...
No, it's the Three of Swords.
So it just seems like there's some sorrows and disappointments. Now, I could go a couple of ways with this, because I really feel this is more a business-oriented reading, that I'm looking at here. But with the Three of Swords, I can't help but wonder if maybe something from your personal life is affecting you right now and your outlook here, something that has caused you some sorrow or remorse or disappointment. Or this is in line with what's going on here. You're just disappointed that this is not going the way you had hoped it would, or as fast as you thought it would.
I actually think, Annie, that there could be a little bit of both, that they may have a connection, but they may not. I sort of feel like this could involve family in some form, maybe just sort of a disconnection or a rough time right now. But I also see that it could involve maybe, how you're expanding, your business stuff and or enterprise in general, networking in general, because those all lead to the same thing too. So I sort of feel like it could be both of these, or that maybe there is, some slight connection there.
Yeah, so let's do the Lenormand and see if maybe it can give us more of a picture on this. That one.
So
this is really
the
interesting.
bear and the garden.
So I feel like you need to maybe this is saying in regards to the rest of the cards that this is a time where you really need to show your personal power to others, to a greater community of others. Now, sometimes, of course, during the COVID pandemic, when everybody was isolated, I considered this to be social media, and I still could see that, but I also think this could indicate, other gatherings, maybe in-person gatherings, where you meet people one-on-one, or a group, to do a presentation. But this is a time to really start your stuff and show your power and what you do. So, focus on, your authenticity, focus on your voice, and trying to project it more and, and work through this. I really think it's little simple minor steps that you need to take, but this has been causing you some issues. You just wonder why certain things are not clicking. Oh?
I agree a lot with what you're saying there.
Okay.
I sort of feel like I want to emphasize that this is saying that maybe there is this time coming to you where, showing your strength, walking your walk or walking your talk, as they say. And I think that, as you can, or as you are called, asserting a little bit of bravery, or, or wondering about the challenge of maybe what we're talking about here, sort of putting yourself out there more, or finding those ways to expand. Because I'm not saying at all that you don't do that, but maybe you have been thinking about ways to expand. You know, we were talking about that with that perhaps, and so maybe this is addressing some of that in a way. That this is the time really to put up and just go out there regardless, you know, maybe of other things that are irritants.
So I don't know if this made sense to you, but that's what we've seen come up here today for you, Apple.
All right.
All right.
Oh.
Good luck with that. Hey, Lena, I saw you posted.
And you know what? I realized I didn't have the camera there, so I'm really sorry about that. That was
Aw.
the bear and the garden. I think we showed it initially, and then I switched off of that.
Okay.
So I just wanted you to have that picture there
All right.
with what we said.
As I pull them away.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Pop those in.
Oh, okay.
You have the pouch. All right.
The pouch. Yes. All right. Thank you.
Hey, you are welcome. All right, Lena, so the next 6-month outlook. Let's see what we can glean for this. And why am I shuffling these? It's your deck.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Sorry.
So I'm going to move to the Tarot of the
It's
Northern
me. I guess I'm
Shadows.
on autopilot here.
Hi, Angel.
Angel Rivera, hello. Good to see you. So not using, I did get a couple, you know, we were doing readings at a store. Let me just say. So I did get a couple of decks yesterday.
Well, you got one for me.
I got one for him too, so that's a third. But see, I said for me, really. But a couple of decks.
Oh, that's right.
But his is very cool. He's very happy with it.
I am pretty happy with it, yes.
And so I got my own ghost tarot, but it's not the one by David Corsi. It's the one by Lisa Hunt. So I have Lisa Hunt's Animals Divine deck, I think it's called, and a couple other of her Oracle decks. I really like her work, so I bought that one. I thought I needed my own ghost deck.
And I'll probably have to find a way to use it once in a while for some of my projects.
You'll be allowed.
And of course, we'll have to do an unboxing for these guys.
Yeah,
that we
absolutely.
have now.
Absolutely.
The deck that she got for me, she showed it to me, and I said yes. Was the Vlad Dracula Tarot, and it's really more a historical look at Vlad's life. And if you know anything historically about Vlad Tepes, many incidents and things in his life that just detail the ruthless cruelty that he was wont to inflict on people. So there's just, you know, maybe 78 cards isn't enough, you know.
Well, I'm sure it's more than enough for her.
So I'm going to have an interesting time with it. And Banshee actually suggested something that I'll reveal later about a way to use it or how to use it.
Oh, interesting, okay. Violet. Well, I'm looking it over. I like it. As soon as I feel comfortable with it, I'll bring it out for a run on the show.
Okay, Lena.
There's some things I definitely like about it. What do you got?
Okay, so we have the reversed Ace of Discs, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Coins, the upright Page of Discs. I always like the expression on this child or youthful person's face. And then we have the reversed Ace of Cups.
Oh.
So there's an interesting energy here with two aces, even reversed, because they do talk about things beginning, although they're talking about things beginning that maybe have delays or have distractions attached to them so that you can't focus on this beginning or moving yourself into that growth. But maybe these are things that haven't manifested yet. They're just things that you are becoming aware of, because I see this Page of Discs, and a lot of times the Page of Discs or any of the pages may talk about messages coming to you. They're not always about that. They may talk about some other qualities So it may, but this is talking about this being a time where maybe you are mentally absorbing yourself with these things, these possibilities that you see. And, you know, it's interesting that we did give ourselves 6 months here because there are things that maybe normally would take some time. The Ace of Discs specifically maybe talking about your material matters, your material outcomes, bettering yourself, being more prosperous or being more secure. And then your Ace of Cups talks about your emotional life. So this could be about beginning new relationships or beginning new things that make you feel, you know, really, you know, good and pleasurable, things that bring happiness to you. But this is saying maybe some of these will be slow burns.
What's the one in the middle? Is that the Page?
That's the Page of Discs.
That's what I thought. Well, this is a real interesting combination. And you know what's really funny about this, Lena, is we used completely different decks at our event yesterday. But between that and some other things we've done, double aces keep coming up lately in whatever decks we're using. And sometimes they're a mixed bag, but a number of times they've been reversed like this. So I just wonder if there's some kind of energy that's going on that's causing things to kind of sputter.
Well, this is happening over 6 months.
Right, but I'm just saying
Okay.
it might be just something that's going on. This looks to be a pattern.
Okay.
And so it could be long term. I mean, I can't say. So I will say this. The Ace of Pentacles indicates that, you know, it's going to be hard to start anything new financially. So in other words, be aware of that. But I do have to say that somewhere along the way there, the Page of Pentacles is here, and what it is saying is maybe if you want to start something new, you have to put something into this. In other words, you might have to take some classes, you might have to talk to maybe some financial advisors, or you just might have to go out there and look harder for a job if that's what the problem is. It's going to be up to you to set these things in motion, because really the universe is not very responsive right now, throwing opportunities your way. So the more that you can push that, the better for you. I see more opportunities and possibilities here with money and resources than with love. Love does seem to have its problems. It seems as though there might be a new relationship for you, but I feel that it will not work out. I think something could happen, but it ultimately will not work out.
Yeah, I guess I could say that too. I mean, I didn't want to say that exactly. I just sort of feel that over the 6 months duration, both of those things are slow burns. They're going to take a while to happen. So it could be that within that time, you just may move on to something different in terms of an emotional relationship.
So, you know, on the one, so I will say
opportunity.
both areas look to be a little bit of a struggle for you. And I know this time you didn't ask specifically about love or money, just a 6 month outlook, but both of them popped up in this reading. So
I am kind of noting, of course, that we had a previous reading for you not too long ago where we indicated that there were some good, you know, financial things happening for you and maybe even emotional things in the near future. So, you know, just saying that maybe because we asked the question over 6 months, there is just sort of that idea of a back and forth movement to some degree.
could be. And we always say, you know, the tarot is a snapshot
Right.
in time, so sometimes these things happen. Now, I will say this, if the whole thing is about money, the Ace of Cups indicates here that, you know, could indicate here that you're just very disappointed that you're having such difficulties getting things off the ground. But I really feel here they're talking about the two separate areas, and I feel that the Ace of Pentacles is about, or I'm sorry, the Page of Pentacles is about putting yourself really into this project, you know, go in it enthusiastically and with the idea that, you know, if you want opportunities to come for you, if you want better financial conditions, you have to do something to create that reality. It's a given. Let's see what the Lenormand has for this. Go. Oh my goodness. Yes, it's a repeat.
Not this time.
Wow. All right.
The Crossroads and the Tree.
So, I feel like there could be growth for you in this year ahead.
It may be saying that, 6 months is too small of a time as far as this goes to consider that success or not. That maybe the whole thing has to take longer. And of course, you didn't ask that specific question. You asked more of a general question about 6 months. So I guess this is our reading's way of saying that if these things seem, unimpressive or not what you want to hear, it may still be that these things could be growing beyond that. And at this point in time, just really is too arbitrary, 6 months, and that maybe over a longer period of time, a year, it might be better.
Yeah. So, but maybe I also feel here that, growth will come once you choose exactly what it is you want to focus on. Because there's the crossroads there again, and it's like decision time. What is it you really want to focus on? Do you want to focus on love? Do you want to focus on money? Do you want to focus on it all? But I think you're better served by focusing on one area and trying to make progress there, because growth is there for you. And that's what we have for you, Lena. Good luck with that. Good luck with the next 6 months.
All right, a general reading.
Oh,
what happened? Oh,
I dropped up.
Do you want me to get those?
Did I drop more than one?
I don't know.
No, it fell in here. I've got it.
Okay. All right,
Okay.
Laura, thank you. General reading, that will be your deck.
Yep.
So let's get those out. And Angel, the Vlad Dracula Tarot apparently was released as a self-published through Our Place or Rockpool.
Rockpool. Yeah.
So, well, he says Our Place, but I believe
Robert
it.
Place is.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
Yeah.
So it is like the commercial version of his previously published
deck.
It's your deck.
Oh, okay.
I told you that.
Go ahead. Keep talking.
So that's all I have to say, but I'll just show it briefly because I do have it. So I don't know if it's very different from the self-published one. I like the nature of the drawings because they very much resemble the old woodcuts that many of us saw about Vlad. They're almost as ubiquitous as the stories. They just often showed real cruel things that he was involved in. So like I said, it's going to be an interesting tarot to read, but Banshee...
Listen to Violet Lotus's note there and tell me if that's possible on our end.
I don't know. I can check the volume.
It might be because we have, some outside noise coming and going. Like I hear a plane overhead right now. So it might have something to do with that. Mr. O's going to check the volume.
Oh.
It says it gets louder and then back to normal.
Does anybody else feel that way? I'm going to flick the screen for a moment while I go and do that.
He's going to check the mic and do stuff, so give us a second.
So how's that? Is that better?
Is that better? Well, you're right by the mic now.
I know, but I can read the monitor and it does seem like I've turned it up louder. Go ahead and say something.
Hello, how does it sound now? I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. I did turn it up a little bit, so...
Okay.
Okay, so you know what? It's possible that I inadvertently had turned it down. So if you guys all had to turn up your speakers or headphones, sorry about that, but I think you can probably reset them. It was turned down a bit, so you guys were right.
We were a bit loud before. Well, who knows? A little bit of erraticness today.
Me confused.
I've got a pretty loud voice. I try to keep it down. but it's hard. Okay, well, we have the Three of Swords appear again, but this time it's reversed. That's good news, Laura. We have the Five of Cups reversed, and I feel that's good news as well. But then we have the Queen of Wands reversed. All right. Well, you might be in the process of healing from some disappointments or losses, or just something that's just been very unsatisfying in your life. It's been making you feel unhappy. And it may even have stole some of your personal charisma or power, and so I feel now with the Five of Cups reversed that now is a good time to let all that go and move on, because new opportunities are out there waiting for you. And maybe you realize that too. This could have something to do with a job that's just making you feel less than who you are, or some situation in your life, maybe people that you've been involved with that are, making you feel less than worthy. And so it's time to move on to better conditions. And you've had enough of feeling that way.
I get the feeling it's likely that maybe you've had a bit of back and forth between some problems in your interpersonal relationships. I don't know if it was a relationship per se, like, a new boyfriend or a new significant other. It might have been. I'm not so sure about that. But I think some of it really involved, like Banshee said, the idea that, it made you feel diminished from your charisma point of view. But I also think, too, that maybe there was this element you felt that addressed the idea maybe of something you expected to come back to you, maybe, and it either it didn't happen or it's still in process. And so maybe, I don't know if it's like a friend returning or somebody just sort of kind of paying it forward to you or something like that. I get the feeling like you're still waiting for that. It didn't quite happen. It could be about work stuff too. I'm not feeling that strongly, but it could be. All right.
Let's see what we get with this.
Doesn't want to leave my hand. Wow, that really was hard because there were like three and two of them didn't want to leave my hand.
And which one is that? I have to see it first. Yeah, so it was hard for him to grab the mountains because the mountains are a hard challenge to face, climbing a mountain.
But I did pick it second.
But look at you.
I did pick it second.
Mm-hmm. But look at you here. The mountains are... You picked it second. So this should be after that.
We always do it the other way.
And it should be that way.
Okay.
So the thing is that this is time to spread your wings and fly over the obstacles, over the troubles that you're feeling, over the stress or disharmony, that's been causing some disappointment in your life. This is a time for new beginnings.
Well, I actually feel that too in a way, but I do feel like this is saying that some of this is getting ahead of those obstacles you have, which may still be there a little bit, but it does look like you are moving forward, though. I'll agree with that.
Yeah. So, hey, Mama T, we were telling everybody earlier that your cauldron was a hit at our event yesterday. Everybody loved it.
And we have it here. This is the name thing. All right.
I thought it was adorable.
All right, so that's what we had for you, Laura. I'm glad if you think it makes sense.
Yep, that's what we've got this week for you. Hey, you are very welcome. Marcia, so what's cooking? What's happening? You're welcome.
Yes, thanks again. It really was a hit. People have been talking about ordering it too, because the store we went to didn't have this particular item, so we'll have to make sure that they know where to get it if they need it for their customers. Oh, you are, of course, not too late, Mama T.
Okay, so let's do this quickly the two ways. Let's do 3 cards for the first part and a yes/no for the second.
All right, so I'm going to switch to
Oh, it's your deck. That's right.
my Nefertari.
All right.
No, of course, you're not too late.
You're absolutely not too late. And short list today. People are probably, well, depending on where you are, some people are getting snow. The Canadians that I follow on Twitter. But if you're around here, it's been beautiful and warm, which is why we have our door open today. Letting the cats get some air because another cold front is coming.
And it's actually 78 degrees in here. We're not going to turn on the air, of course.
No, I think we'll be okay, but poor Shadow with all that hair might be feeling it.
She's a little warm, I bet.
Yeah.
Your 20 is more like our 60 or something, isn't it? Because you go by a different meter. Because we're
Right. We're Fahrenheit and you are Celsius.
Or are you saying you're actually that cold up there? I didn't think you were very far from us, but I guess Ontario is a big state.
Oh boy, it's been crazy still here. And 50s and 30s at night at this time of year, consistently like this, has just been ridiculous.
Okay, Marcia, you have the 9 of Wands upright.
Okay.
You have the 10 of Coins or Pentacles reversed. And then we have the 2 of Swords reversed.
Wow, this is really wild. He might be trying to avoid you because I feel here that he's, well, the 9 is upright.
True.
The 10 is reversed. I'm getting a feel here. I'm wondering if, again, he is dealing with some conflicts. You might be right in saying, excuse me, maybe it's because of your coworker, because, or it could be because of his other relationship. He's trying to, he's expecting trouble or a fight, and maybe he's trying to avoid that because he doesn't want this disharmony in his tribe there. And he's made a decision to, do this. I kind of feel that.
We're going to have to do the yes or no
to see if you'll see him
for your
next
Arthur
week.
question, but I mostly agree with Banshee here. I feel like he feels his life is really burdened right now, and he doesn't want to burden it anymore with, any complications with you, even just saying hi, apparently. So I don't know if his home life is sort of a mess, and if that's because it includes your coworker and her ambitions or something like that. But right, I think the idea really is that he's been trying to figure a way out, and I guess he probably has figured a way out. It may not be something that's pertinent to you at this point in time, or maybe that's why it feels like he's trying to avoid you.
Interesting.
So let's do the Lenormand. It's my turn for that.
Yes, it is. Let's do the Lenormand for this, and then we're going to see if you see him next week, because I think this one needs the Lenormand more than the other. Aha. So the house is first.
Right, because I picked it first. But last time when I picked the card second, you said to put it the other way around.
No, you said you picked.
So we read from right to
I
left?
did screw up last week.
So we read
Okay.
from right to left?
Yeah, I thought that was the second one. That was my bad. But
And we
I
did
still
this
think it
yesterday, too.
holds.
Well, wait, I did it yesterday because I did things with the cards. Go on. Proceed.
Wow. All right. So I think it's all about security on whatever he considers his home front, Marcia, because there's
Yeah.
the home and there's the anchor. He feels kind of tied down right now. Let's just put it that way. It might not be just with the relationship at home. It could be the coworker too. He feels tied down right now because that's what the anchor's all about.
You know, I don't know how much you may have told us about his actual real wife and home life, but I have a feeling like maybe he really is tethered to that situation and he can never go far because maybe that's really the source of a lot of things for him, maybe including his money even and stuff like that. So he sort of has to have this ambiguous thing going on in order to have, you know, what he wants out of that, which is apparently some sense of a security.
I like that. Yeah. Yeah.
I feel that.
So that's what we have for that. Let's do a quick yes, no now and see if you'll see them. All right.
Mice on the brain, is that what that is?
I don't know what you saw there.
One of Violet's comments that has some little pictures in it,
Oh.
the little emojis.
Mm-hmm.
It's right there.
Oh. Okay. I do not know. All right.
Oh, it's a hedgehog.
You
So you have hedgehogs on the brain. Well, it's such a small little image. Who could forgive me? Who
It's
could
our
forgive me?
aging eyes. It's Granny's aging eyes.
I'm looking at it on a screen where it's barely 1/3 of the screen, so it's just small. Well, I expect that.
All right, one more shuffle here. And you want me to count them or you? I don't care.
Well, we do have to cut them first, but you can count them.
Oh, we do.
Well, looks like I'm going to count them.
Go ahead. I'll try to mess you up. Divine! Good to see you. Hello, our lovely Divine. Hey, I've had my days, Divine. I've done that too. Of course, I'm retired and I can get away with it.
Well, it's definitely leaning towards no, so it means it is possible, but it doesn't seem so. So noticing Arthur, that's the one ace we got. But we also got the Five of Cups, which is usually about some sort of sense of emotional turmoil, feelings of loss or abandonment. And we also got the Two of Coins. Both of those are upright. And the Two of Coins, of course, talks about difficulties that could be about the emotional, range too.
Okay.
So, and hi, Divine, of course. So it does feel like you're probably not going to see them, and that maybe there is a sense of them having to balance some of their emotional issues right now, deal with them at least, if we want to call it that. And so maybe that might cause you to not run into each other.
So I guess it is a maybe yes, maybe no, but more leaning towards no is a possibility. But I feel he has a lot on his plate right now, and he's kind of disappointed about this. I mean, it just seems as though he's got too much going on, and whether it is, like I said, just dealing with the home front or dealing with other things in his life, dealing with all of it, it just might be a bit much. And I will say there's some disappointment in just the things that are keeping him busy right now.
Yeah, it just seems like that's the sum of it, is that they're very busy to enact in their life right now. There's something tethering them to other concerns.
Yeah. So that's what we have for you, Marcia, on that. Good luck with that. Well, you'll let us know, of course.
Yes.
Because it still could happen. But I think it'll be one of those things again. He's very busy and just seems distracted.
So it's your deck and Libra.
Yep, I'm ready. General question.
I think they had a general.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm going to mention, of course, this week to check out all of our shows, starting with Goth Tarot on Wednesdays. And, of course, that's not true. I'm not new there. Well. I do have something new on Instagram, but once again, we have our streams mixing up. Material Matters was on this morning. We'll be on next Sunday, of course, every Sunday. And the Emotional Exchange is Fridays at 7.
It's the tiny deck.
It is the tiny deck. Sounds like a Scorpio. Yes, if you are on Instagram, I'm going to be doing more things there in the very near future, so check that out. It is, of course, TFT_Tarot for Today, something like that.
Okay, our first card is the King of Cups reversed. Oh, man. Our second card is the Three of Pentacles or balloons reversed. Oh, what is up? And lastly is Justice reversed. Bam.
Well, that's almost too appropriate for Libra, the scales.
The Libra, yes. Well, but this is not a happy reading per se. I feel that there's an inability to work happily with others right now. That there's emotional upsets when you have to deal with others on pretty much almost anything. There's a sense of them not being fair. There's a sense of them not doing their fair share. There's a sense of just things being out of balance right now.
Well, so as a general reading, it does indeed seem to be that way, that there's just some...
I know, Violet, I know.
Oh, okay. You confused me there. But yeah, there's emotional stuff going on, followed by the idea that maybe a lot of uncooperation, and I'm wondering if this is really extending to the various sides or the main two sides of some particular situation at the moment, where somebody thinks something's fairer their way and somebody thinks something's fairer that way. It does seem like it's emotional. It could be maybe concerning your children or your greater, circles out there. I'm not really sure, but it just seems like questioning integrity is a big part of what's going on.
Fairness, integrity. Maybe this could have to do with a decision maybe that you had to make or somebody else had to make, and they're not happy. Nobody's happy. It just seems like there's disagreement.
Yeah, that could be very true too.
Yeah.
Like a no-win situation, of course. So
yeah, it does seem like that.
That King of Cups reversed.
So it's just a general reading. It's probably something that you will pass through, that eventually will be water under the bridge. But because I don't see anything really major bad coming out of this, it's just one of those life things.
Yeah, it's true. It will be of concern, though.
There's always some concern. I hate arguing.
True enough.
I hate arguing.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
What you got? Okay, I got it. So, first.
So why do we go left to right, though, instead of right to...
We will talk about it later.
Okay.
No, we should. So, what does this mean here? The anchor. The anchor is about personal... This is about security, safety. Sometimes it's about being stuck. So I wonder here, Libra, maybe this is saying... Stand firm right now. Stand firm on, where you're at with this. if you're the one who made the decision, live with it. Now, that's not to say that you shouldn't be magnanimous and try to reach compromise with people. But, if there's no common ground, there's no common ground. You shouldn't compromise your beliefs, if it's really important to you. And I feel here that this anchor combined with the power of the bear is indicating you should stand firm, in this argument or situation.
I can't really disagree with that. I mean, I can't see what else to add to that. But I do feel that there could be this idea, too, maybe, that all of this, therefore, really brings it to your home plate in a way. So it could be directly about people in your home environment, I'm wondering.
And that's, I think, what we have for you. Libra, good luck with that. Sunny. Hey.
All right.
Save
Mama
it for
T.
Kara, okay? Save it for Kara. There. All right, so 7 oceans once a week ahead. Your deck, Mr. O. I'll take those. Thank you. And... all right. Okay.
I'm going to go back to the Secret Tarot.
Look at Sunny. He's so adorable. Scratching my computer. And here's the real star of the show, just chilling. All right, the week ahead. Hey, you got the World. That's a good start. But then we have Strength Reversed, which is another major arcana. And we have the Knight of Cups reversed. So. Well, it looks like some cycle is coming to an end, I feel, but you may not feel like in a good spot from this, whatever this is coming to an end. You may feel as though, gosh, I hope it's not something, I'm just going to throw this out there. I mean, I hope it's not a relationship coming to an end. I hope it's not a job coming to an end. I just feel like there's something in your life that is changing, and there are these negative cards here, which indicates to me that it's possible that you feel emotionally drained from this situation, and maybe that's why you've decided this cycle needs to end.
I do have a feeling that this could concern an interpersonal relationship of yours, and that maybe you're finding that this relationship is just really hard for you to have, at least at this time. I don't necessarily know that it's a blood relationship, a family relationship, but I think there is the possibility. But I think you maybe are feeling like you just sort of need to have space, and it may be longer space than necessary. I'd hate to say that maybe this is somebody you are totally writing off, but that World card maybe leads me to feel like there is a big change here for you in some way. And I think the real important point for me to emphasize is that you have tried to be, an honest partner in this and work with this, but you haven't really had that from the other side. That's
Is that
what's
the
happening
strength? Yeah, I
with-
was
with the
thinking that
strength
myself. Yep, very similar. It's like, the best you can do is walk away with integrity. You've tried your best at something and it's just not working out, or it's not bringing you the emotional fulfillment you would have wanted. And so it's time to close that chapter in a positive way.
Yeah.
So, the world is up right here. So it's saying this does not have to be an unhappy ending. It just has to be an ending so that you can move on to better things.
Right, and the Knight of Cups reverse there doesn't mean that this is absolutely about a relationship, but it is clearly something that, is a point of happiness or emotional contentment for you.
Right, tugs on your emotions. So, yeah. Let's do the Lenormand, Mr. O.
And I see 7 Earth Princess there. Hello.
Oh,
Ship and the Star. Number 2, number 1.
I'm going to do it the way you're comfortable. So the ship,
That's not always the way I was comfortable. But go ahead.
in the future, we'll talk. But the ship and the star are so blue. This is really, in a way, that was the perfect way it should have came out, Mr. O, because it really enhances what we're saying here. This move, this chapter closing, this move is going to bring you more hope, renewed sense of hope that things are bound to improve now.
So maybe it really is you knowing that you have to kind of change that dynamic, that set of relationships or whatever's going on between there, and you want to do it in a good way, but move on to something that's better for yourself.
Now, it was about the next 7 days, so I will just throw this out there that, the Lenormand could be standing on their own. Just if you are planning a trip anywhere in the next 7 days, it's going to turn out really well. So it's a good time to travel. That's just an added bonus here, I will say. So, because in a general reading, sometimes these cards can take on a life of their own when we combine them together. So I just want to throw out that option in case you were planning a trip. It should turn out well.
It sounds good.
And that's what we have for you.
And thanks for your observations too, Violet. All right.
And I believe we're on Angel Rivera.
Angel Rivera.
Is it my deck?
Yes, it is. And we've just passed our first hour, so we're here for not quite another hour or whatever happens.
Did I use this one yet? I don't
No, you
remember.
haven't. The pulp?
All right, the pulp. We'll use
I don't
it.
think you have.
I think I used everything but. Oh, sure. Absolute. I don't want to get in the way of Sunny's screen time.
Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Hello there. How's my little son here?
Just chillin', he says.
I didn't shuffle it.
Oh, go ahead. Well, you took my shuffle space by playing with him, so,
Okay. So next month we are reading cards again for the 2-day Detroit Hoodoo Fest in Southfield, which is just a very large suburb that's just north of the city. And we'll be there for 2 days. There's a lot of different presentations. We're just going to be in the vendor room like we were for the Witches Ball, reading the cards.
Indeed. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, we are reading there.
Hi, Kara.
Kara, Sonny's been waiting for you. See, he perked up immediately when I said your name.
And I just tightened the pivoting camera into place, and naturally you show up. But there he is, just for you.
Well, look what I drew for you, Angel Rivera. Woo.
Oh. 8 of Wands. I love this. I love
And
that
of course, I'm going to grab the bottom card, which is even better.
Must be nice, Kara. Should I bring you coffee too? King of Cups. You know I'm kidding.
He's kidding. He's
King
kidding.
of Cups
He's
upright.
jealous. So, hey, stop scratching my screen. That's not allowed. The Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is upright, Angel. I think that there's a lot of energy, a lot of movement, a lot of activity, a lot of networking. You name it this week. Let's just hope you get enough rest, speaking of sleep, because you're going to need it. But it's all going to be worth your while, because ultimately, I think by the end of the day, by the end of the week, you're going to feel as though you feel like you really, good about the week, good about what was done, good about your position by week's end.
Well, you're holding the cup like it's an award cup, too. So I sort of feel there's just some really good thing that comes to you, maybe, acknowledgement of your role. I'm wondering if maybe you're going to be the kind of person who eases some stuff over, just sort of brings a balanced perspective to, a group, gestalt possibly.
Oh, no, I'm from academia. I'm sure he is happy that classes are ending and it's finals week. Of course, that'll still be a little crazy. That does explain the frenetic activity. So plan on being busy, get your rest. But ultimately, by week's end, and that's the thing, that's the beauty about our work in libraries, we got to feel good when we help people succeed. We got to feel good when we're there, when they need us, when they actually need us, usually that last week or two of the semester in particular. So I think that's just a real positive thing. It looks good. It does look good. Let's throw the Lenormand. Yeah, you are going to be busy.
Administrivia. I like that.
And hey, isn't it time to take a vacation with your significant other?
Ooh.
I do not recommend a cruise ship, though. They still seem to get a lot of COVID and stuff on the cruise ships. But you know what? Now that things are over, maybe you can plan some getaways or make some moves, in your personal life as opposed to focusing on work now that, semester will be winding down and coming to an end. So that seems to go a little bit beyond this next week. But I also feel it could indicate, as far as it goes, all of this movement and all of this activity. Again, I feel this heart is falling in line with the King of Cups here in saying that you're just going to feel really good about it.
Yeah, it's absolutely good. It seems to me like it's just really something you're waiting for, to arrive. Both the ship and the Eight of Wands just seem to express this idea of it really being a smooth trip to this point. Point A to point B is going to be pretty smooth and memorable for how much you enjoyed what happened.
Well, we have the summer too, but it seemed as though our summer students were not as engaged, it seemed like the library was less busy, absolutely less busy in the summer months. So I don't know what the deal is, but they've been trying to boost summer programming more to increase students on campus, but it just didn't seem to be happening. But anyway, that's what we have for you, so good luck with that.
And good luck with your run, too. That sounds pretty neat.
That's awesome.
I know my knees couldn't take that.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Thank you. All right. So Mama T is up. A general reading? She's got it.
Okay,
Right.
so you think, well, I didn't do nothing on my end at all. Nothing, absolutely nothing. It didn't touch a single thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that is true.
You're welcome.
We started one of our major reading projects in the summer, but of course it had to go well beyond the summer months, but that's when things really got underway. And that's when librarians got time to sit down and actually go through lists to make the selections of what they wanted to eliminate. After consultations with faculty had dibs first on the lists before they recessed for the summer. Your deck.
I know.
Okay. It was a general reading. I thought you knew. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sort of not on that part.
Okay.
I'm not sure why that happened, Violet, because I didn't do a single thing on our end.
Oh, the mic again.
Right? I didn't do
Yeah.
anything.
No, it's been the same. Well, we'll maybe do some tests with the mic.
There you go.
See if anything's going on. I mean, that's relatively new, too. Since January?
Yeah, it's new. I mean, there's a control on the monitor, there's a control on the microphone. I don't know. Yeah, it's almost 80 in the house, Mama
Yeah,
T.
it's up to 79
We're
now
at
in
79.
here. That's why Sunny, I think, is pooping out here.
I wonder if it's just some other kind of glitchiness. Well, good. As long as, I wonder if we are modulating our voices differently, too. Like, I can make myself sound a lot louder if I want to.
And we could play
Or
around. There's a
quieter.
couple of other settings on that mic for that we could play with. So maybe we'll look into it.
All right, Mama Teresa, you have the Six of Wands. Seems to show up a bit. You have reversed Temperance. And you also have the Moon. Isn't that cool? I like that moon.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
The wolf.
Of course,
and the-
I like it. So is that the 6 of Wands or 5? It's a 1.
Yeah, it's the Six of Wands.
I'll be dang. Okay, so because we've been getting a lot of 5s today, so I'm just like, all right. So the 6 of Wands, Mama T. This is really awesome, but there is temperance. To achieve the success and the victory that you so want, you have to be sure that you have everything in balance in your life. That there is, a sense of everything in order, and also that you aren't pushing things to extremes on yourself. Your health and your well-being is more important than any other success. So I feel with temperance there, sometimes it talks about stress, and stress can take a toll on the body. The moon upright is indicating to me maybe your gut is trying to tell you something about all of this. What you need to do to either restore the balance in your life with yourself or to achieve this victory, or both.
Right. The idea of the Six of Wands seems to indicate that there's victory for you, but maybe you're not feeling connected to that idea. Maybe you're feeling like there's another balance going on for you, that Temperance reversed, and maybe you feel like could be contingent on what what you may have perceived recently, or what you will be perceiving soon. This is a general reading, maybe for the next week or so. So I wonder if maybe it could also be saying too that something you discover maybe affects the balance over things, that affects where you're going in your success for the better, for your good. That maybe you make some sort of discovery, or you discover something that really would help you tip the scales back your way.
So yeah, and I feel that victory is possible, but it's a matter of balancing things and making it work. But I also feel that don't stress it too much. If victory will come in time. I really feel that. But let's see what the Lenormand adds to this. We'll see. Maybe I spoke too soon. I never know. Oh, look at that. And again, this is awesome.
Whoops.
It seems to say what I've been talking about here is that the fox is about work, and employment or the things you do. And even if you don't have a regular 9 to 5, you're a creator, you are a worker, and so you have to take slow steps forward in making progress, in achieving the victory you want. Don't think it's going to happen overnight. It's going to be by deliberate effort over time. And also making sure that, because if you are too stressed out, if you have too high of expectations too soon, you might be burning yourself out on the process. So take your time with it. Understand that everything will work out in its time.
I'm sorry, I had a camera readjustment to do, so I wasn't really following you. This card is influencing that one. That's your card, right?
Yeah.
The child, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it is talking more about your business than anything else, or about, your business ambitions and where you're going with that. It could be saying, too, that what these little struggles or little imbalances are things that maybe you have to go slow with, because maybe they won't really be something you can actually expect a quick fix on. And so you just might have to endure them a little bit. It's the temperance balance thing.
It's 322 here. Now it's 323.
All right.
All right, that's what we have for you. I think that makes perfect sense, Mr. O. That was good.
Thank you.
Divine you are up.
What is the new news coming her way?
The new news.
Well, it says new news.
Okay.
Or the news. Whichever.
Let's see.
Your deck.
We'll see. Back to the cat people.
We will be back on Thursday at 7 p.m. Please like and share and support us in any way you can. Thank you. And happy hour, we'll be back this Saturday. We were not there this last Saturday due to our live event.
We're unhappy about that, but we were happy to do our live event.
All right.
All right.
Wait.
Why do I keep wanting to...
That's the third time. I guess we're going to change the show. Featuring the Banshee.
Starring...
The Banshee.
Guest starring...
Sunny.
Occasional guest appearance by...
Mr. O. All right. No, don't feel that way, Divine.
Yeah, let's not call the cards before we drop them, but I will say, energies have been a little bit challenging for most people today.
We're fairly close to the next Mercury retrograde.
Yeah, I wonder if this
we're
is...
about
and
in
we're
the
in
shadow.
eclipse season 2,
Yeah.
as Gina reminded us.
Oh,
the
that's
eclipse
right.
is
Thanks,
coming.
Gina.
Yeah. So, and look, we have the Nine of Swords. So, you know what, Divine? Be careful what you... How should I say this? How you look at things. Because what you said there about, I feel it's upside down. Hopefully it's good, but it might not be. Well, I think your anxieties are showing with that card. But let's take a look here. We also have the Sun reversed. Wow. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune upright.
So maybe things aren't as bad as they might seem, but I always thought with this particular deck's Nine of Swords, there was a bit of bitterness in this person sitting there, as if not like they were thinking about who they had lost and what was emotionally discomforting, but maybe they were thinking about the bitter price of a victory, because they look like a warlord of some sort. And I always got the sense like this is saying, like, you know, it's lonely at the top, or it's lonely when you are sort of not quite in a line with others around you. And maybe that is talking about a certain sense of loneliness. It could be derived from your achievement, but maybe it's just derived from a total sense of what you're looking for. The Sun reversed is an indication maybe that you sort of feel there is a lack of something else. You're not seeing something else. Maybe you feel there's something there, but you're not perceiving it. But it's there. The Wheel of Fortune is there. It may be just saying you really have to try to stick and align yourself with that wheel in order to feel where you fit in and where it can be regulated to turn the way you want it to turn.
So is my glass half full or half empty? And I ask that question, Divine, because what I see here is between these two cards, this Nine of Swords and this Sun, I see this fear of failure. Is it a realistic fear, or is it up here? And when I say a fear of failure, just a fear that the news is going to be bad, something's not going to turn out right, I'm not deserving, or you're just worried all the time that things are not going to go well for you. But the Wheel of Fortune is here, and the Wheel of Fortune is saying this is the cycle is turning more positive for you than not. But also, maybe I'm going to throw something else out there. I really feel it is luck, but I'm feeling with so strongly about those cards the way I said that to you, Divine, that I'm wondering here if you're fearing failure because you feel you have no control in a situation and you're at the whims of the wheel, the whims of fate. But if you are, that wheel is in a positive direction right now.
Well, that's very interesting. It could be something like that, you know, we can't all be our total master of fate. And we all have different roles to play, and we're all at different points on that wheel that's always turning around.
So it's really interesting because those two cards, the Sun and the Nine, just to me made it look like there's anxieties and fears over failure or disappointments when maybe they haven't even happened yet. And also a sense that you really can't control the process. And so let's see what we'll see in a moment when Mr. O comes back with the Lenormand has.
Well, you can pull the first one or get ready to.
You're right, I can. And I will. Let's see. Oh, okay. We'll wait for Mr. O. Well, it's possible that's true, because I think that's what Mr. O touched on, not moving on, right? Possible they can't move on.
You said that.
Oh, okay.
I thought you did.
I don't remember that. Can't have control over my laziness. Oh, you can. And maybe that's the false flag here. See, I always feel with the Nine upright that these fears may not be grounded in reality. That they're just fears. They're just anxieties. They're that little voice in your head that keeps saying you can't do this, or, you know, you're never going to achieve success, or, you know, you did it all wrong. It's those little things that keep us up at night. What do you got, Mr. O?
Oh, sorry.
And here I thought you were waiting for me to stop. But you were, I guess. Okay.
Number 2 goes first.
Yeah. Well, because this, anyway, we'll see. So there are obstacles. You feel there's obstacles now to your growth. There's obstacles to overcome for you to achieve, a higher status, maybe even growth. I will throw something else out there too. Are you, you might be feeling burdened too right now by obstacles you're putting in your own path that are based on your fears or self-doubts.
But is it only happening to you, Violet, or is anyone else noticing that? That's interesting. I think I know what you mean. I wonder if I have a solution for that.
So it's when he changes cameras, maybe.
I'm going to take an experiment. Tell me right now if you think it's happening during that one.
Did it just happen? Well, try it again. Oh, yeah, she said yeah.
Okay, what about when I do that one?
Yeah, what about that?
Okay, so I know what it is. I think I know what it is. There's a thing on here that little animation, and it's on one other place, and it probably went every time I switch to the schedule screen. So I'm going to...
Well, good note. I'm glad you're able to figure that out.
Well, maybe. Now I'm not sure if you're agreeing with me. But that's because it's already made the change. I think it only happens during the actual transition.
Huh.
That when I actually change to the next screen is when it happens. But if I stay on the screen, it'll go back to normal. You're saying it's always on this one? Let's finish Divine and then we'll address that.
So, did you say anything about those?
No, I think it's similar to what you said about the factors that what you perceive as obstacles are really maybe about growth. And that maybe rather than looking them as obstacles as the destination or it's also about the journey. It's not about getting there, it's about the process too. And so maybe the tree is there to remind you that the growth is also good even if you don't stop or surmount those obstacles.
I was going to interrupt him to say it was 333, but the moment has passed. All right.
Well, I wonder why it may be only happening for you unless somebody else perceives that.
Well, it might be something that's so subtle, unless you're really paying attention to everything, you might miss that.
Do you have headphones on? Anything like that we can,
Let's grab the car. I think that's what we have for you, Divine You. I hope that made sense.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Sorry about the distraction. All right. Yeah, sometimes when we put these little gadgets and stuff in there, there's...
1, 2, 3, 4. I like that, Divine.
There's repercussions. Oh, wow. That's an interesting time. And she's got 2, 3, 4. Yep. And I've got 3, 3, 4. All right. Let's move on to 7 Earth Princess, and then Kara, and then Violet Lotus. All right, 7 Earth Princess, you can go ahead with your question.
A guided message.
Okay. Your cards?
Yeah, sure. I'll use the Nefertari.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Hey, you are very, very welcome. Hearts to you. My screen is way behind. I don't know how that happened either. I mean, we don't even have, yeah, it's way behind.
Can you refresh it all?
I probably can.
Maybe it won't matter.
Yeah.
Were you always that far behind?
I didn't think I was.
Right, because the chat is up to date with you.
Yeah, well. That's even a different reading. All right. Don't tap the table. It goes on the mic too, you know. You do know that.
Maybe that's why I'm doing it. Seven Earth Princess. You have the Queen of Swords upright. Then you have Judgment upright. And then you have the reversed Ace of Cups.
No, I'm right on target with you. Okay.
Pretty much.
So the Queen of Swords, Judgment, and the reversed, another reversed ace. Those aces today. Okay. So this was a guided message from Guides Your Spirit, right? A guided message. All right. Well, I feel that, you know, maybe there's been, you know, a wake-up call is coming, or maybe you have already received one. There's something that you need to do and you need to make an important decision about. And, you know, it may have been stressing you out. It may make you unhappy to make this decision, but truly it has to be done. Sometimes things are not, you know, happy joy. We just have to do them.
You're stronger than you think about making this message. You actually are free in certain respects because you really can put yourself above how others will consider you in making that request. You may feel that you're beholden to them, but you're really not. You should just more or less be considerate of acting with a level of impunity for yourself. I get the feeling like maybe some of this is about your self-actualization, your self-determination, but mostly in respects to something that's a great emotional matter. Maybe it's a new beginning, something like that. I sort of sense a feeling that maybe a child is involved. It's just a thought that came to my head. So I'm just going to throw that out there. But you have to make the right decision because there's more at stake from your end of it than from anyone else's consideration.
Gosh, I had a thought, but it's kind of escaping me. I feel like Judgment can be a wake-up call. Judgment is also about the, you know, regeneration or renewal. And so I almost feel like here this is regarding some move or new chapter in your life that you want to take place. And some hard decisions have to be made about this. And it might make others unhappy, it might make you unhappy, but ultimately, I feel like you know that this is what you have to do to reawaken something in your life. Let's do the Lenormand on that.
So I drew the birds, and Banshee drew the anchor.
You know, I do feel this has to do with maybe some situation where you've been struggling with others, either to get your point across, either to get something to happen or develop. And, you know, people have not been willing to budge. And so you have to make a decision how much longer you want to put up with this situation. Whether this has to do with people you work with or whether this has to do with, you know, a relationship or a family matter. That's kind of what I see going on here.
Remember I said that maybe there was this sense that others might have opinions, but I said you shouldn't let that bother you, or maybe you don't actually let that bother you. I do think, like Banshee said, that this is what some of that is, represented by the birds, other people talking about that. But their resolve really should stay with you. You bear the brunt of whatever this decision is, and that even if these people are close to that situation, their family members, co-workers, whatever, it really does fall on you. It's the sense of judgment on you. And you should just, I'm sorry if I'm blunt here, but you should just ignore them. You should just do what you need to do.
That's right. Sometimes I'm not going to call it tough love. That seems so cliche, but sometimes you just got to do it, and let the chips fall where they may. That's what we have for you, Seven Earth Princess. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Kara, you are up. And then Violet Lotus, and I think we'll call it a day with you, Violet. You will definitely be the last, and the list is closed as of Kara. We'll do Kara.
All right.
Spirit, have
Sounds
anything you need to know? Okay. Again. Whoops. Sure. I remembered we're a team.
It's okay. It's okay.
I got my second wind. Uh-oh.
Can you share some with me? Well, we were both tired, but also you were a lot sore than I was. I'm sore from being in a car for 4 hours.
Usually that
6
doesn't
actually.
happen to me, but now I'm considering the way it's been getting better progressively throughout the day. I still have some pain on turning. I'm being careful when I turn, but I really do think it was my arthritis now. So maybe it was the car ride, but usually I'm not affected by that. So I just got to be more mindful and do more stretching when we're on the road.
Yep.
All right.
No, I had enough today.
I'll say. All right, Kara. Well, this card has reared its head again. We have the Three of Swords, but the Three of Swords is reversed. We've got the Queen of Coins reversed.
Oh, that's a pretty one.
And we got the Seven of Cups reversed. Why are they all reversed?
That happened with a couple of our readings, especially the first couple.
Yeah.
Like, your cards all reversed.
It's so weird, too, because, I mean, like I say, especially with my decks, I puppy pile them all before the reading and scatter them around to mix up the energy in the cards. So I don't know what's going on here. It's meant to be. And that's why I think there's some real unsettled, more general energies that are going to be affecting all of us. And it could be the eclipse retrograde stuff.
Having said that, the 3 and that 7 are not so horrible reversed.
Exactly. It's not a bad reading. It looks as though you are recovering from something, though. Some pain, some hurt, some disappointments, Kara. That's what the Three of Swords reversed is. But you still need a little bit more self-care and time for healing. You know, the Queen of Pentacles is about money and abundance and growth and stuff, but it's also about self-care in a similar vein of the Empress card, I feel, especially when she's reversed.
You know what I think? I think I'm looking at those and I agree with you. You know, it's like you're working on your self-care clearly, and I'm thinking, grab a book. Grab a book and read. Rather than just look at your bookshelf and say, what will I read? Read a book or watch, something in particular. But I feel like you should immerse yourself in one particular thing. And, the Seven of Cups is kind of a card of immersion. But it's saying focus on the immersion. So I think you should immerse yourself in one particular aspect to aid in your healing. And maybe that's self-help books, or videos or, reading your own cards or anything like that.
Right. It's time for study. But Mr. O is right here in that, that Seven of Cups is reversed. And this is the time, in other words, to choose from the other dreams and opportunities you may have, to do things. So what better way to get over a loss and heartache than to just absorb yourself in something that really interests you and you want to pursue now? Go for it. Go for the next thing. And make a choice. Don't scatter your energy all over the place. Focus on one thing. Because the more you focus yourself on one thing, the less you'll be focusing on the heartaches and loss that you're healing from.
But Spirit clearly is saying this is the process of your healing, and that you should just take more time for yourself. You should work on, avoiding or repairing those situations that maybe are the most heart-rending to you. So if there are people who are just always, disagreeable with you, you just probably need to find a way to minimize, their appearance in your life. Focus on something else. And yeah, Violet, it's like Mondays, I almost always wake up right around the time that my mom passed away on a Monday, 6:39 a.m. our time here. Within a minute or two.
This is so awesome.
Is it?
Yes.
Mine's number 2, so it goes there, right? Sorry, Violet, I have to switch to the cards only screen.
All right, go on.
Well,
so do you want to hold those up again to show them better?
Sure.
What came first?
It's the heart, right? No, I thought I was number 2. Yes, I was. Okay. So the heart came first, and then the bouquet.
So really, this is saying a couple of things here. I feel that, you will find joy again. You will be, if you do this, if you really start focusing on the next thing as opposed to focusing on the hurt and the heartache, you will bring joy back into your life. Your heart will fill with joy once more. So what was keeping you down will no longer do so. You will be in a much better place.
I guess really what all the cards are saying, and then the Lenormand cards are saying really, is that if you focus on your own healing, it is the gift to yourself. It is the gift to your heart, and maybe it will open up a lot of things.
Yeah.
That will just be good vibrations.
So that is a happy ending. Good luck with that, Kara.
All right.
Okay. So the old song, 99 bottles of beer on the wall, blah, blah. If one of those bottles happens to fall, 98 bottles, you know what? There's still 98 bottles of beer on that wall. So just pick one, Kara, and, enjoy it. That's my goofy analogy to the last reading.
Well, I don't know if you want me to do this. You can say no if you don't. But I just happened to bring my Ghost Tarot, because I've been using it more lately. I like the idea of possibly using it for readings about spirit.
So let's see if we can find who is waking you up and what do they want to say. Okay. I like the question. Did you like that, Violet? I can be really goofy sometimes. Did the glass half full, half empty? 99 bottles of beer on the wall. You never know what I'll come up with next. All right.
We like this deck. We used it once or twice yesterday, too, because somebody asked a question. Yeah. Well, no, it was actually, I was moved to suggest to them.
Yes.
They had told us Banshee had kind of figured they had lost somebody, and indeed, They had lost their husband
just in December.
right a few months ago. And so Spirit compelled me to say, would you like to have a message from them? And so I pulled out the Ghost Tarot and pulled a few cards, and it was pretty cool.
It was a profound message she needed to hear.
Yep.
About healing.
So why indeed?
So, we had a great time, but it wasn't all fun and games. We get serious questions, and you never know what you're going to face sometimes reading for people. And, we like to put on a happy face and be fun, but we realize these issues are very important to people.
There were at least 3 people there who were somewhat emotional. There was a watering of eyes, if not some tears.
So,
we just did our best to be our compassionate selves and try to work with them.
All right.
They're so slippery.
Problems?
Slip Mahoney has been visiting you at 529. No, that's old time joke. Okay.
Very old.
So you have, the devil, the Ghost Tarot's devil.
Uh-oh. I hope that's not the Who.
Holy crap. You am I allowed to say that on our show?
Well, it is a family show.
You have the Ghost Tarot's Hermit. Wow. Just say no if you don't want me to.
No, this is interesting.
I know, it's very interesting. So your final card is, the Ghost Tarot's 4 of Coins.
Somebody's attached to you right now. There's some spirit that's attached. Are they malevolent, or are they just unable to? Are they stuck? I almost wonder if maybe they're stuck.
Are they schizophrenic? Do they have an evil side and a good side? Do they want to show you things, but they also want you to be compelled to worship them in some ways? Worship the power of adulation of them. Sometimes that's the quality for a reading like this. Maybe the devil wants you to adore them. The hermit wants to do things for you, though. Is it more than one?
The 4. The 4. That's why I feel something is attached, because the 4 is about holding on. And so I get this sense of an attachment here.
The devil is about attachments.
And the devil is about bondage and attachment too. So I don't know if it's necessarily a malevolent energy. It may be a spirit that seems to like you in some way, and I'm not sure, the hermit is here. It's probably just clearly one being. And I think that it is maybe somebody who is just needing, the energy that you give off, the positive energy, the enlightenment. I almost not sure it's malevolent. The devil kind of leans me that way, but again, the hermit is a mighty powerful card here. And so I can't help but wonder if they're attached to you because they are seeking something from you.
It's a sense of a two-sidedness. I don't think that, and I never feel that the devil card represents somebody being evil. It just may be somebody being compelled to do things that might not be in their best interest. But I think it could just be the other side of the hermit. So there's a sense of wanting to give or to shine light to the world, but also wanting to absorb all the light.
Maybe this entity is why. I mean, maybe there is a key there. I definitely want to throw the Lenormand and see. Do you want to look at the bottom card?
Yeah, I want to look at the bottom card. I feel like I should play a burst of Dark Shadows music or something.
Oh, stop it.
Okay.
It's reversed.
Yeah, it is. It's the Reversed Magician.
Oh, I thought it was something else looking at that.
It's the Reversed Magician. So
this does put a little spin on it.
What is the spin you think it puts on?
Well, I personally feel that they may have deceptive, duplicitous intent. Maybe they don't have your best interests at heart here. Maybe they're trying to act like they are the wisdom bringer, but they're really holding you stuck here trying to figure out what's going on. And maybe if you release, your attachment and just act like, well, I'm going to ignore you, see what happens.
The Devil was the first card. Now, when I look at that reversed Magician, I also get the feeling like maybe we are talking about a not so low entity that is basically trapped here on the plane, and they possibly...
I think they're attached. They're not trapped. They're attached.
But they gravitate towards people of certain psychic energies like your own, because you are a person who is a stronger conduit for them to manifest on some level. So you may have to consider what you're going to do with that. I always advocate garlic.
Oh, before we throw the Lenormand, I'd just say one thing to keep in mind, Violet, is that, and you know this, in our position when we're very, very open, and we've been vulnerable lately because of the various things going on in the world around us that have made us more sensitive, more, kind of maybe some of our barriers are a little bit weakened. Maybe something got through. Maybe something got through and is, attached itself now. And it's possible that if you don't feed it energy, in other words, think about it, it might dissipate and go away.
Well...
But I would also increase my words and protection.
It looks to me, too, like right now, a lot of it is more in the dream dimension. So maybe that's your ward, is that it can't seem to necessarily pierce, except that liminal time when you're still a little asleep and you're waking up.
Yeah.
So, of course, you may still want to do things about that, too. Oh. That's good.
So's that. Oh my gosh, you are not going to believe this.
Card 2, the Rider. Does your guy have a bike? I don't know. And the Stork.
Moving. I think that this chapter is going to move on. I feel that this entity, this spirit can be moved and will possibly move on their own. So
it may be because it can only affect you in dream universe, that it doesn't have a way of getting to your more physical realms.
I don't know what to say other than that, because that's definitely movement. The Stork is truly about new beginnings as well, but I can't help but look at the analogy of flight here with the bike moving and saying, this thing is moving on,
I decided to pull...
I'm not sure how soon.
A second card from the bottom.
Doggone it.
And it's the reverse Ace of Cups. And I'm going to say that this card says it will move on, mostly because it's very unenchanted with you. You're not a good thing that it can get through to. You're too advanced, maybe. It's looking for somebody that maybe has your energies, but is not so hard to pierce.
Right. There are entities and spirits out there that look for weak moments in people, Like, hey, maybe I've watched too much Haunted Hospitals on Travel Channel, but I feel that, when you're vulnerable, when you're weak, when you're ill, when you're psychically, broken because of things happening. And, it doesn't take much, just a little pinprick leak that somebody will find and take advantage of out there, So...
Yeah, let's do a yes or no. Related question or another one, that's fine.
Yeah, we'll do it. Oh, okay, so you're thinking it's making you isolate yourself more? Let's ask that. Okay.
Okay. And since we're talking about this possible entity, we'll use the Ghost Tarot again.
We'll just use the same deck, Mr. O. No explanation needed.
It really does sort of pull in that.
It does. I really like his deck, but I'm glad I got mine. It's different. We should have different things, although I'm really glad I got his cat people. My son scored a big hit with that for me.
We could do a special show of just ghosts and cats.
But I have to
And
ask
use
him,
those decks.
where's my grunge tarot? He didn't bring it by yet. I have to talk to him about that.
Sonali, we are closed. Our list is closed. We're just finishing up our last reading. So unfortunately, you'll have to try to come back maybe on Thursday if you can.
Yeah, we had such a busy weekend. We're exhausted after our trip yesterday. We did readings in person, and so we're going to close it off after Violet and take a break. We've been workhorses this week. And I'm still working on some issues with our webpage and trying to tweak some things there. So I have to get back to that as well. No rest for the weary. You want me to count this time?
Yes.
Oops. Well, that's my cut. All right.
It's the Magician.
Ah. It's a definite yes.
It's a definite yes.
It's really funny, Violet, because the first two piles, I got them in under 7 cards, which we always think that's significant. The earlier the aces appear, that it makes kind of the thing stronger. I don't know if I ever mentioned that to you before, because I know we've discussed
it's
the yes,
like
no.
the cards are trying to tell you yes sooner.
But this last one, it's really funny because the card, I paused on the 12th card because it was the Magician and it said number 1, and I thought it was an ace, but it was the Magician. And then the 13th card was the last ace.
This is not a shitful moment. What this means is, yes, break out the black salt. Maybe we will continue to do some of these kind of tarots for you, or
you
you
know
have to think
what?
about them.
It's not bad to be isolated or a hermit if you're using that time constructively and growthfully. But yeah, you know, in our business, we need exposure to others. We need exposure so that we can not lose touch. Because, you know, we are there on energetic levels with people. But, you know, like even our readings in person this weekend have shown us there's just something about being right there with people in contact.
It may be different for other people.
It is true.
I think I'd like to take this more in the direction of that thing doing that and maybe why it is. And maybe it is because it sees some of these incredible abilities within you, and so maybe it has a purpose to just sort of deny the world that.
Maybe it's possible it's doing this to stop you from sharing your gifts with others. And that doesn't necessarily have to be in person. That may be doing readings, you know, like we do for people on Zoom, etc. So I'm just saying, maybe it is stopping you in some ways from sharing more of your gifts with others. So in that respect, yeah. So, you know, if that's the way it's going to be, then use your time constructively and wisely so that, you know, there is no gain for this entity to get out of your hermit energy. Because if he's making you isolate, but yet you're using that time to become stronger psychically and magically, then it's all good. And it goes against what they're trying to do.
I don't know if you were saying that to Sonali, but we'll do one card for Sonali.
Okay, we will.
Because she asked.
Okay, Sonali.
No, it's fine. It's
arm.
fine, Kara. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
We're in charge.
Whoa!
It's your deck.
Yeah, we'll do one card. One card.
Pick the right deck.
Oh.
No. We're going to do it for Sonali.
Sonali's a longtime follower. I can't say no. But really, that's it. We'll look at the top and bottom for you, Sonali.
But Violet, so that is very interesting, and we can continue this discussion.
Yep. There's a lot to unpack there, really.
Yeah, and maybe
you may have other perspectives.
Maybe some of the other guides or forces you work with might have a perspective about this too. No, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
We all need some downtime. It's not a horrible thing, but if you feel in your gut there's a correlation between that, and the cards seem to look that way, then I would say...
Well, the Hermit is sort of self-referencing that idea, but really, in a way, too, the Devil kind of speaks about isolated behaviors.
Here for the end.
You are here for the end.
I caught up with your chapter 2.
We had a very long day yesterday, and we're done.
Shuffle. Yeah, we're done with Violet Lotus. We are with Sonali. One card, we've called it Victoria. I'm sorry.
No, we were on the road. We drove about 6 hours total, and we were at an event for another 5 to 6 hours. So it was a long day for us.
And I made a horrible boo-boo on our website that cost us a really big reading. So, and I'm sure this person is not happy. We had to refund their money. So I have some fixing of things to do. And I've already taken care of the big part of it. But there's some other stuff I have to do.
We are doing it right now, Sonali.
Ooh, it's the wheel reversed.
Okay, so you have the Wheel of Fortune reversed, and this would suggest that Spirit is saying right now is not necessarily the time for you to do certain things or to feel that maybe certain advantages are coming to you, that this may be a time for you to sort of wait on that there is a lack of maybe luck or energy moving things towards the conclusions that you would like them to have. It does not mean it won't happen.
Yeah, we had to do a refund seriously because we weren't able to perform the reading as expected. I mean, in a timely manner. So we had to do that. It was the right thing to do, but it was really unfortunate. And I feel bad because we lost a possible good client here, but hopefully they'll come around. I offered them something to make up for it. But, people are what people are, and we'll just see what happens. So, Sonali, I feel here that the wheel is what Mr. O said. Timing is against you right now, so use this time for more internal work. Use this time more for personal quiet projects. Don't try to do anything new or anything with any risk attached because luck is not on your side right now. And this is probably for the next couple of weeks or so, I would say, to be mindful of that. Remember, we're in eclipse season right now. There's an eclipse coming and Mercury's going to go retrograde. So it might be a good time to lay low. I checked the bottom card for you and we got the 9 of Swords reversed. And the 9 of Swords basically reversed is saying, there'll always be another day for this. Don't sweat it. Let this period of, lack of activity or lack of good things happening pass you by. Time brings healing. I remember in the old Eden Gray book I read, how some things just stick in your head? Some of the tarot interpretations I read when I just learned the tarot. It said about this card reversed, time brings healing. Tomorrow is another day.
Right, and I think it coincides well with the wheel reverse. It's saying that this just isn't the right time now. Spirit, though, doesn't forget you, and, it's just saying it needs time for energies to manifest or resonate better for you. That time is just not going to be right at this moment.
Yeah. Well, in setting up our business, I have to say, I'm a tarot reader. I'm not that great a webpage person. And so some of the business things we slipped up on. And one of the things apparently I failed to do was make our readings, especially our Zoom service readings, ones where people would pay after we agreed upon a set time. Somebody paid us in advance for a reading they expected yesterday, and we were totally away from our computer yesterday. And they wrote to us like 4 or 5 times, and it really felt bad about that because that was our bad. It was a bad setup. I changed that now so that we have to approve the time before they pay for it. So basically it's all set there, but there's some other things and changes I see I want to make on the website because of that.
Yeah, we'll have to work with this, but I think when we originally did it, we didn't suspect that people would just say, "Hi, I want to Zoom right now."
Yeah.
We just didn't think about it, or just didn't figure out for us.
The other thing was because of the way that I was confused about how it worked. And I actually thought we would have that message first so we could confirm it. But there was another layer that I had to do to make that happen. And I discovered it in like 2 hours of playing with it this morning because I was so frustrated and sad that we allowed that to happen. But all is well now, and that's what I'm saying. Think of the 5 of Cups card. You can dwell on the losses that you've had and sit there and wallow in it, or you can, pick up the reins, make things right, and move on to the next opportunity. And that's just what I did. So,
Sonali, briefly, it just sort of indicates that right now is not a lot of time for good luck or progress in some things, but that some of this will change in the future.
It was a positive and a negative, Sonali.
There you go.
In that, now time is not right to initiate anything new, but the time is coming that it will be, because that's what that 9 of Swords reversed indicates. The 9 of Swords reversed is actually the positive card between the two. So that's what we have for you, and I wish you luck with that.
All right, so that's it for today.
So glad you said hi, Victoria, but boy, I did this. I'm waiting for chapter 3. I hope it's coming out this week. I'm trying to be a good little reader now. And by the way, somebody finished your book and
I told her that.
Vows they're going to write a review.
I will write a review. Not only that, but I believe I'm going to purchase at least 1 copy extra and donate it to my library.
Oh!
Because a lot of people that go to my library love the ghost stuff. Oh wait, that's all the staff. But I think that it would be interesting to our reading
So
audience
let me ask
as well.
you this: who does your cataloging?
We just do copy cataloging, and I'm not sure.
So they don't put it on OCL. What if it's not on OCLC?
Well, we could check that ourselves, actually, because I have the ISBN, so I could see that. But we do send things out for cataloging. I'm not sure who does that.
Now, see, if somebody original cataloged that book, it would be in a national database. And believe me, if I was working on my job, I'd find a way to make that happen for you. But I'm not anymore. So, and some public libraries, I think they work around it, and they don't necessarily original catalog and put things in the national
Right.
database.
I mean, I'm not a cataloger at all. I know how to maybe do a very brief dummy record, and I don't think I have that access anymore to do something like that at my current job.
Yeah.
But maybe it's something we could look into.
You are welcome.
All right.
You picked the category on Amazon? What is that?
Meaning like it's headings or subheadings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Categories and headings, yeah.
We're talking about library cataloging.
Yeah, because see, if it's in a national database, other libraries might order the book, other patrons might see it there, clients at a library, and say to their library, hey, why don't you order that book?
Right. And
or they might buy it because they see it there.
Libraries owning it is sort of like a given evil, because that means that more people can borrow it from the library rather than buy their own copy. But it does sort of increase the idea that more people will read about it, like it, appreciate it, maybe respond to that.
Here's another suggestion for you, Victoria. I don't know about the state of Texas, no, because I do know there are some states that are really checking on what libraries are buying, and there's censorship going on. But your best friend is your library. Give them a donated physical copy of your book and see if they will add it in their collection.
Angel, were you reading my mind? Are you able to help us?
It is a question of access, Angel. And libraries really spur people to buy books. So we've always said
It's
that.
true.
That's
It's
why
true.
publishers are crazy when they mess with libraries, because we all should be working together.
Right, and your taxes already pay for library services, so you might as well use them.
Yeah. So that's some tip of advice for you.
Thank you for loving your library. We love ours too.
I love all libraries.
Yeah, I love all libraries. I like my library in Riverview.
Whenever we went on trips, on my business trips, we'd always go visit the libraries in those communities, because I had to see what they were like.
Hi, Jennifer, and I'm sorry to tell you that we're just sort of doing some little bit of
saying goodbye at the end of the
yeah,
show.
because our show really did end. We are going to be back on Thursday, so maybe you can check us out then. But we've had a pretty long session, and we're getting ready to close, so we probably should do that then.
Yeah. So, but we'll be happy to read for you at another day. And also, we're here Sundays, and there'll be a happy hour next week. If you don't come to anything else, Jennifer, come to our happy hour. Everybody gets a positive message from Spirit, and it just makes your day. But of course, we do the longer readings on our live streams Sundays and Thursdays. So, hope to see you again.
All right, well, thank you, and we do hope to see you again.
All right, everybody, it's been a great afternoon, and we love chatting with you all. That's why a lot of times we do go into overtime.
You know what? And I just have to say it again, because I never say it enough. We really, really appreciate Violet being our moderator and helping us with all this.
Violet, you handled that Granny Basher masterfully.
Yes.
I was just going to be like, oh, you're not getting to me. I've heard it all. If that's the worst trolling you could do.
Angel, did you see the granny bashing
No,
earlier?
he wasn't here, I think,
It was
when
so
that
funny.
happened.
Somebody says, who's that granny on the left?
Or no, how old is that granny on the left? And I said, I'm 65 and I'm still alive. And what I could have added if I was being mean, so I'll just say it now for the heck of it, it's the end of our show, is, hey, I hope you can make it to my age, okay? Because it's an accomplishment and an achievement. So anybody, take care. Age is just a number anyway, I always say.
It was kind of rude. And that was the only thing that they ended up saying. So I
Yeah,
don't know what that was
well,
about.
Violet said, don't you think that was a little rude? And then we didn't hear from them again.
I know,
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, everybody. See you next week. Don't forget to watch all our shows and have a great, great week.
Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
And mine's unlisted.